In this video, we're going to take a look at using SolidWorks to create section views in our drawings. In this particular video, we're going to take a look at full sections, half sections, offset sections, and broken out sections. We are not going to cover revolved sections in this particular video. We'll do that in another video. We'll start with the easy one. What we're going to do is we're going to utilize this top view of the part to create a full section in the front view. So to do this, we're going to go into the View Layout tab, and we're going to select Section View. We have two options here, section and half section. We're going to work with the section this time, and we are going to use a horizontal cutting plane line. If I were doing a front view to right side section view, I would use a vertical. If it were auxiliary at an angle, I would be using the auxiliary option, or if it had to be aligned with particular features, I could use the aligned section. So when I select the horizontal cutting plane, it will bring up this dialog box over my view, which enables me to pick the point for my section. I want to run right down the middle, so I will just grab a snap point in the middle of the part, click the green check, and now it will enable me to bring the full section view of the part down into the front and click to place it. Now at this point, I can go ahead and I have some options here in my feature tree. One, my label. I've created a few just prepping for this video, so I want my label in this particular instance to be section A. I could set if I wanted a partial section here, but we're going to do a full section view of this particular part. So I can click the green check. The last thing I want to do now is right click my view, and I want to turn off the tangent edge display. So this section view has now been created. It is a full section. We see section AA in the cutting plane of the top view. If I select the section view, it brings up my section view options on the left-hand side. I could also flip directions, and you see it flips the direction that the cutting plane is facing. So next, let's take a look at half sections. Very similar process. I'm going to select the view I want to derive the section from, go to section view up top, and this time I'm going to select half section. And I now am going to pick the direction that my half section will be looking from. In this particular case, I want the right side up option, and I am going to click the center point of this part in order to drop this half section cutting plane in. And again, come straight down, and it drops my half section in position. You see I have visible edges here, the cutting line, and my section view on the right half of the part. I have the same types of options. I can change my label. I can flip directions. I could also choose different display states, but for section views, we're going to be using the hidden lines removed display state. Now let's take a look at offset sections. Once again, we're deriving from the top view, so I'll grab the section view under View Layout, and I'm going to work with a horizontal line. One thing you want to make sure, you don't want Auto Start Section View checked here. Particularly when working with offset sections, because when I click to place this offset section, I'll start the first part of the section view on this snap point. I want to go ahead, I want to be able to use my offset options here, and in this case I'm going to use a single offset. I'm now going to click my offset point, which will be right here, and now drag my offset point to the center of this circle, and you'll see my cutting plane now flows down, snaps to this point, out into the body of the part, down and through this circle. And I now bring this section view down. Same process as before. I'm just adjusting my labels so that I have A, B, C on my corresponding sheets. Finally, our last view we're going to look at is the broken out section. Now in this particular section view, I'm starting with an actual front view of the part that was derived from the top. So I placed my original model view of the top view in, created a projected view from it, and I just displayed it with hidden lines removed. To create the broken out section view, I'm going to grab the broken out section tool from the view layout tab. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw where this broken out section is going to happen. So I'm just going to do a series of clicks to kind of create a spine. And I'm going to wrap it back around and close it off. And now it's telling me to select the depth. So in this area I can either specify it with a value, or I can click and grab like the center point of a circle. And you see when I preview this that it will show this section cut away at the depth based on wherever I snap. So I could tell this different points to use for the depth of my section. But in this case, I want to use the center points of these circles because I only want to go to the middle of this feature on the right-hand side of the part. So that's it. Our 4 types of section views that we're going to be working with in class: full sections, half sections, offset sections, and broken out sections. We'll cover revolved sections. It's a bit more in-depth in another tutorial. All of these section views can be created under the View Layout tab in our section view options up top.